Hello and welcome back to Vintage Treasures. Now, today we're going to be going over a Mighty Max playset from, I think it's 1993. Correct me if I'm wrong. A beautiful playset. I love how this looks on the outside, especially. It's a snake, of course, and it can lift its head, of course, revealing a little bit of a playset. This part's unusable, so it's a little detailed that you can't even use when you have the whole playset laid out. This isn't visible, which I think is cool because, it's a little something for you to play with that didn't have to be included, but I guess at the end of the day, it is just a sticker, so, whatever. Now, there's something I want to go over in the beginning before I get into anything else, and it is a big problem if you have this playset. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and is how to close this. Now, mind you, this thing has figures that come with it, and this thing's a pain to close. That was not a good example. You have this rope dangling here, which can break. I mean, it is in two pieces, but it can still break. You have to put that here and hope it doesn't fall over while you close the playset. Have to get it past the scorpion's tail and then close the mouth, or rather, put the head down of the snake. So I think that's a pain. But on a positive note, this playset is just beautifully designed with all the patterns getting smaller and smaller as it goes down to the base of his tail right here, which of course is a different color because that is a scorpion. The beautiful shiny Mighty Max logo, and I don't think there's anything special on the bottom, but I would like to say that they did continue the detail down here, which I don't think really would have been noticeable from the top view, which is what everyone's going to see it in the package. You can only see it from the bottom view. So the outside of this playset's beautiful. But before we get into the inside of this playset, let's talk figures. Now, of course, this comes with a third figure I can't show you yet because it's in the playset, and you kind of need it to complete the playset, and that would be the Scorpion. I'll show you that in detail a little bit later. But first, we'll start with Max. No articulation. He does have what I believe to be a lantern, and this is the Red Hat Max. This one looks a little bit weird. They sculpted him a little weird. His face looks a little weird. I don't know, something off about it. Unfortunately, my mummy, his hand is off, and this is the way I got him. I didn't do anything dumb and get taken off. It was just like this. Cool figure. There's paint on him, gold paint, but none on the back. A little disappointing there, but beautiful figure. So let's talk about how you actually construct the playset. You first put his neck up, then you open this bit here, grab this rope which is supposed to be tucked in here, and you put it into the snake's mouth, which you have to open. You can get stuck. So I got it. You basically stick the hook from the end, which can be a pain sometimes. This thing rolls a lot, into his mouth, and it's supposed to stabilize the playset, but I don't see it really doing anything besides getting in the way. There's pretty strong hinges on these guys, but I guess they can deteriorate over time. Let's talk about that scorpion I was talking about earlier. So this one actually has a little bit of paint detail, that being the stinger. Called the stinger, is red, but the rest of him is black. Good sculpt. He looks menacing. I wouldn't want to run into this guy, especially when you compare him to the size of Mighty Max. Also, this little tumor ear, which I believe belongs to a cat. It swivels open, and there's bones in there, but you can't really make out what the bones go to or what the bones are. Love the little detail with all the snakes. They're all different colors. You have the skulls, the skeletons, even some blue in there. The vases are blue. The tongue's painted. There's gold in there. The staircases. There's just a lot of good paint detail in here, but it's lacking a little bit. You got some vases, some treasure, rocks that are unpainted, but a lot of paint in this playset, so I could see why they cut the edges on that one a little bit. A lot of gold paint here, which is good considering that it's like a little mummy playset, and they're supposed to be like a little golden, I forget what they're called. Write down in the comments what they're called, because I genuinely forget what they're called. The things they put the mummies in. Anyways, they have a lot of shiny gold paint on here. It's not yellow. It's actual golden colored paint. This swivel's open, and this is where you're supposed to put the little mummy guy. It can be hard to open this door sometimes, just like the mouth of the snake. So I got it open, and this is where I think his hand probably got broken. I don't know. I got this. Forgot to tell you, I got this at a yard sale. If you're curious, I paid $15. I got a bunch of it. I have a whole series of Mighty Max stuff coming out, so there's probably a playlist on my channel. If not, it'll be coming soon. You can put this little mummy figure in his tomb if he'll stand up. You get the point. Max has a little place to stand here, bit close to the huge dangerous creature lurking right in front of him. Now, unfortunately, I'm not crazy about this playset. I mean, there's plenty on it. You can climb on this rope. There's treasure up here. This whole setup here, the little door. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on here, but it just isn't there. I think it's just too big. I think that's the problem. Is it's too big, and this wire gets in the way with any playing you want to do. And it gets in the way if you want to see anything while you're displaying. I'm going to give this thing probably a 3. A 3.5 maybe. It's a good playset. I love it. I love having it in my collection. It just isn't the best thing I've seen from Mighty Max. So I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Now if you enjoy Mighty Max content, or if you enjoy Ninja Turtles, He-Man, if you enjoy G.I. Joe, comics, plush, anything you can think of that's vintage and toy related, I probably have it, and I probably have a video on it, or I have one coming out soon. So if that's stuff that interests you, consider subscribing to the channel, like the video if you like the video, and if you don't want to sub, stick around, because I will have videos coming out, and you may just change your mind. Without anything else to say, have a great rest of your day or night, and goodbye.